Welcome to Things I Wish I Knew Earlier, or Beginner's Guide with tips and tricks for Phoenix Point, however you wanna call it, you extraterrestrial bastards. In this one I will show you some things you should know about Phoenix Point. Let's start by talking about geoscape and bases. Recruiting soldiers is done through faction havens, provided that haven has training center built. You will know that by the human icon next to the haven. Recruiting soldiers early on is important, so pay attention to nearby havens with such symbol. Soon havens will start popping up with human plus icon. These are elite soldiers that should be recruited as soon as possible. We are talking special classes that are infiltrator, priest, technician and berserker. Now we have to load all these bastards into an aircraft and take it with us on the mission. To do that, go to personnel screen. Vehicles take up 3 spaces though. Nonetheless, I would suggest building APC very soon because it makes a lot of content much easier. As soon as you start filling your ranks with many soldiers and vehicles, it is time to steal an aircraft. To steal it, simply choose to raid haven that has it. I believe it is more worthwhile raiding 1 or 2 factions you plan on being at war with than building your own aircrafts. Aircrafts cost a lot of materials, which is one of 3 resources in Phoenix Point. For some reason I was always lacking materials while tech and food were in abundance. Thankfully, by researching trade technology we can trade with havens. Use it to acquire more materials. If you want to research a specific item that only one of your soldiers has, unequip it and then it will become available in the research screen. However, a lot of times you're gonna need 2 identical items to perform the research. All types of items can be found on dead enemies, recruited elite soldiers, containers and through research. After taking soldiers to a couple of missions, they will start becoming fatigued. To get rid of it, travel back to a base with living quarters and let time pass. I would recommend having living quarters, medical bay and training center in every base. That way inactive personnel recovering at base can receive experience while doing fuck all. Really useful, especially for new recruits. Now for the combat part of the game. 2 medkits per soldier are almost mandatory. At the beginning of the game, due to low strength stat, you might only be able to take 1 because of carry weight limit. That is alright, take 1 per soldier for now and when possible take 2. All enemies are armored to a certain degree, however not every body part is armored equally. Manual aim exposes less armored body parts and you should always aim for those if possible. By destroying 1 body part, 1 stack of bleed is applied. Bleed stacks, so by destroying multiple body parts you can stack up nice damage through bleed and also disable some special abilities. In some cases enemies have return fire mechanic, which basically makes them retaliate every time you shoot at them. They are very annoying to deal with. To minimize damage taken from them, take them out with a sniper from far away or destroy the weapon they are wielding. One thing your XCOM mind needs to adapt to is shooting and moving. In Phoenix Point you can shoot and move afterwards. Action point system works in such a way that portions of action points are used for moving, depending on the distance traveled. That means full action point is used only if you travel to the outline. If you stop before the outline, that portion of action points can be used to move a little bit more after shooting or doing anything else. In Phoenix Point, weapons get destroyed quite easily. Trust me, you do not want to stand around for the rest of the mission with thumbs up your arse while shit is going down. To prevent that, simply equip medkit or ammo magazine at the end of the soldier's turn. That way, weapon cannot be destroyed if it's holstered. Downside of doing so is that soldiers that do not have weapon equipped cannot return fire anymore if they have that trait available. It is up to you in the end, but in my opinion having weapon for the rest of the mission is far more valuable than returning fire a couple of times with miserable chances to hit. Oh yeah, and don't reload unless you're out of bullets. Reloading uses whole magazine, not just fraction of it. That would be all for this video. I hope this video will help you in destroying some crabs. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.